Ever felt that pull, that little voice whispering about adventures beyond the horizon? For me, Maya, Liam, and Chloe, that horizon wasn't the ocean or a distant mountain range. It was the vast, silent, star-dusted expanse of space, and our destination, the moon. It started, like all great ideas, over lukewarm coffee and a shared sense of, well, boredom. We were four friends, a quirky mix, you could say. There was me, Alex, the eternal optimist and self-proclaimed mission commander. Then Liam, our tech genius, who could probably build a spaceship out of spare parts from his garage. Maya was our astrophysicist in the making, her head always tilted towards the stars, literally. And Chloe, the youngest, a viral vlogger who believed is all about collecting experiences. The crazier, the better. We were living our modern lives, glued to screens, chasing deadlines, and we all felt a craving for something real, something epic. What if we actually did it? Maya sighed, her eyes sparkling, pointing a finger of a breadcrumb at the moon hanging in the cafe window. It was a joke at first. We laughed, but the laughter faded, and a silence, thick with possibility, settled over our table. Liam, ever the pragmatist, started sketching on a napkin. Chloe pulled out her phone, not to scroll, but to Google private space travel cost. And me. I just grinned. The seed was planted. Fast forward a year. A year of relentless planning, fundraising, simulator training that made us question our sanity, and more paperwork than you can imagine. But we did Italiano. We were standing in front of the Wanderer, our sleek, privately funded spacecraft. It wasn't NASA huge, but it was ours. Our ticket to the stars. Four of us in our custom fit, rather stylish, looked at each other. The pre-launch jitters were real, a mix of sheer terror and exhilarating excitement. The countdown was the most surreal moment of my life. 10, 9, our hands found each other's. 8, 7, Chloe was already live streaming, whispering, "This is insane," to her millions of followers. 6, 5, Liam was double-checking his readouts, a small, confident smile on his face. 4, 3, Maya was gazing out the viewport, her expression one of pure wonder. 2, 1, ignition. The force was incredible, pushing us back into our seats. It wasn't a gentle lift. It was a cosmic kick, a powerful rumbling roar that vibrated through our very bones. Earth shrank away beneath us, a swirling marble of blue, white, and green. The city lights we knew so well blurred into a glittering web. 10 beneath. We broke through the atmosphere, and then silence. A profound, absolute silence that was more deafening than the launch. We were floating. We did it, Chloe whispered, her voice cracking with emotion. We unbuckled and experienced our first taste of zero gravity. It was clumsy, hilarious, and utterly magical. We were spinning, bumping into each other, laughing like kids. Liam, ever the cool one, did a perfect somersault. Outside the window, the earth hung like a jewel in black velvet. It was a sight that no photo, no video could ever truly capture. It was humbling, making all our earthly worries seem so incredibly small. Our journey wasn't just a straight shot. This was an adventure, remember? Our first challenge came on day 2, a micro-meteoroid shower. The ship's alarm blared, a jarring red light flashing through the cabin. Liam was immediately at the controls. Minor impacts on the portside shielding, nothing critical, but we need to reroute through the asteroid field's edge. Asteroid field. The words hung in the air. This wasn't a simulation. Maya was already at the navigation console, her fingers flying across the screen, calculating a new trajectory. Chloe and I were on lookout, our faces pressed against the viewports, watching tiny silver specks zip past at impossible speeds. It was terrifying, but also breathtakingly beautiful, a dance of cosmic debris. We navigated through it, our teamwork seamless, our trust in each other absolute. We came out the other side, the ship intact, our hearts pounding with a new level of adrenaline. Then there was the mystery. On the fourth day, we picked up a strange signal. It wasn't from Earth, and it wasn't any known satellite frequency. It was a faint, rhythmic pulse. Structured, Maya murmured, her brows furrowed in concentration. It's not natural. It's a pattern. Liam tried to triangulate the source, but it seemed to be coming from everywhere and nowhere. It was an enigma, a whisper from the deep dark. We recorded it, analyzed it, and debated it for hours. Was it an old probe? An alien signal? Or just a cosmic ghost in the machine? The mystery added a layer of thrilling suspense to our trip, a puzzle we couldn't solve but loved to ponder. Life on the Wanderer settled into a rhythm. We had our duty system checks, navigation, scientific observation, but we also had fun. We had zero-G food fights with rehydrated peas, told stories while watching nebulae bloom in the distance. And Chloe documented it all, creating the most epic travel vlog in history. She taught us TikTok dances in zero gravity, which is much harder and funnier than it sounds. We were a family, isolated in a metal can, millions of miles from home, but we had never felt more connected. And then, we saw it. The moon. It grew from a silver coin in the sky to a colossal, cratered sphere. It filled our entire view. It surfaced a mesmerizing landscape of gray, white, and shadow. The details were incredible: the vast Maria, the ancient craters, the rugged highlands. It was a world of stark, silent beauty. The landing was Liam's masterpiece. He guided the Wanderer down with a surgeon's precision, touching down in the Sea of Tranquility, not far from where Apollo 11 had landed decades ago. The silence after the engines cut out was different this time. It was a reverent silence. We had arrived. Putting on our helmets, we went to the air. I had the honor of going first. Standing on the ladder, I looked down at the lunar surface. It was real. I took a breath and stepped off. My boots sank slightly into the fine, gray dust. That's one small step for and one giant leap for our crazy squad, Chloe quipped over the coms, breaking the tension and making us all laugh. One by one, we stepped out onto the moon. The gravity, or lack thereof, was exhilarating. We weren't floating, but we could leap and bound in long, graceful arcs. We planted our flag, a custom design featuring a coffee cup, a circuit board, a star, and a camera. We collected rock samples for Maya, who was practically vibrating with scientific joy. We marveled at the view of Earth, a vibrant blue and white jewel hanging in the black sky. It looked so fragile, so precious. It was a profound, life-altering perspective. The mystery of the signal deepened. On the moon's surface, it was stronger, clearer. Liam managed to pinpoint its origin, a small, dark crater on the very edge of the horizon. Should we go? The debate was short. Of course, we had to. Our mission was about exploration, about embracing the unknown. Equipped in our lunar rover, we set off. The journey was tense. The signal grew stronger with every meter. We arrived at the crater's edge and peered in. Down at the bottom, half buried in moon dust, was something metallic. Something that wasn't a rock. It was an old probe, ancient, covered in the dust of ages. It was a Soviet Terra Luna Probe 1 that had been reported lost decades ago. Its emergency beacon was still faintly pulsing, a lonely voice calling out in the void for over half a century. It wasn't aliens, but it was history, a forgotten piece of humanity's own quest for the stars, and we were the ones to find it. We documented our discovery, a secret the moon had kept until now. Our time on the moon was too short. We explored, we experimented, we bounced around like kids, and we stared at the Earth, feeling a mix of awe and a newfound sense of responsibility for our beautiful home. The journey back was quieter, more reflective. We had faced challenges, solved a mystery, and had the adventure of a lifetime. We weren't the same for people who'd sat in that cafe. We had seen the universe and, in doing so, had seen ourselves and our world more clearly. Touching down back on Earth felt like a second birth. The air, the smells, the feeling of full gravity 8 was all familiar, yet new. We were celebrities for a while. Chloe's vlog went viral on a planetary scale. Liam and Maya were courted by space agencies. But for us, the real prize wasn't the fame. It was the journey itself, and the bond we'd forged. So, what's the next adventure? We're not sure yet. Mars, maybe? But one thing is for certain. When you look up at the moon, remember our story. Remember that with a little bit of crazy, a lot of hard work, and the right friends by your side, even the most impossible dreams can come true. Keep looking up, keep dreaming, and never let anyone tell you the sky's the limit. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for our next, even crazier, adventure.